Hello and welcome to deliverables 10/sprint 5 of the Muffin Men project, where I will be discussing the last 3 pieces of the prioritized backlog that we accomplished in this sprint. Yes, so let's start with the dashboard we created, which a special note here is only on meals delivered, seniors served, and number of youth served, and the percentage container return rate, because our database and each of the clients that we have in this database don't have any information about rural. We don't even have that attribute in our domain class diagram or in our database schema. So again, we do not have rural client served or meals to rural, which was requested by Brad because we A, didn't have any data on that, and B, or therefore we didn't put it in our database schema. So this is the dashboard that we've created. This is the developer view, so whenever we finish Community Builder, it'll be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So we have a summary of senior and youth. We have the meal count totals, and then the container return percentages, and this is broken down by customer, by last name, so just an easy view. And obviously if there were more customers you'd be able to scroll here, but we have a limited number of customers in our database, so everything's easily visible right now. Yes. And moving on to our summary report, which again is basically like this dashboard without the containers returned, because that was not requested for this, even though it could be added pretty easily if we needed to. Yes, so this is a summary report of kind of all seniors, all youth, all meals. You have the totals here at the bottom. Ignore this grand totals. It's automatically populated by Salesforce. And this can be filtered by different dates. So right now I have it at the current physical quarter, but you could also change it to previous or do it by years, whatever pleases your fancy. It's available. So again, this is a summary of seniors served, youth, and meal count. The only thing missing here is the rural information, which again we don't have in our database, so it's not included in any of the reports. Finally, moving on to unique families, the unique family report. We have listed here, sorted out, this is within the previous few years, and the way that we designed this report is that the family or the client status is equal to active, and we are assuming if they are active that they are being served in some capacity. So then we've shown a list here of all the clients that are active within a certain period of time. This is in the past 2 calendar years, from kind of like they were referred within the 2 previous calendar years, but you can change this time to whatever you'd like. We just have it set on the previous 2 calendar years so that we could get every record that we have in our system. So we filtered by status equals active because we assume that active means they're being served in some capacity, whether it be through meal services or otherwise they're in contact with Campus Kitchen somehow, which is an assumption we've made. So of course if that's not accurate we would need clarification from our product owner, but that's the way we've designed it at this point in time. And so it pulls up a list of names, first and last, and also the client ID, which is probably not the most relevant for Brad to see or for any other system administrator, but it's just a way to be absolutely sure that this is a record of one person, not just of a visit per se. So those are the 3 things that we've accomplished in this sprint. So we've pretty much finished up the backlog. We did encounter, like I said, with unique families, we had an issue where it was hard to count rows of data, just like a simple count formula like you would think in Java, for example. So this is how we worked around that issue, is by looking for active clients within a certain time frame. And we also had the issue with rural information. We didn't have any of that data to begin with, so our team had made the decision to leave that out of our database schema. So of course, this could be updated. We could update our database schema in the future, or Campus Kitchen could, if they really wanted that information, but since we didn't have it in our database, we left it out of our reports. Yeah, so those are the few issues that we encountered when we were making these past 3 reports. So that pretty much finishes up the backlog, and we've been working on Community Builder. We're still in the process of that, so making these reports and dashboards a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and linking it up to kind of a website version where Campus Kitchen would actually interact with that interface instead of this interface. So we're still working on that, and that will probably be kind of part of the catch-all deliverable 10. I guess I made a mistake at the beginning of this. I said it was deliverable 10. It's actually deliverable 9. In any case, so I've shown the 3 reports we've made, so unique families, the summary report, and the dashboard. I addressed some of the problems we were having in terms of there wasn't really a simple count formula, so we worked around that with an active status under that assumption that they're being served in some capacity by Campus Kitchen. And we are working on Community Builder, which will be finished up through our deliverable 10 kind of catch-all phase. So that pretty much sums up what we've done in this sprint. So this was Sprint 5, Deliverable 9, by the Muffin Men. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in class.